Charles! The woman's scream could be heard throughout the house. Ain't I told you to start chopping that wood out back, boy? He knew this wasn't going to be good. He had been watching television for hours. Instead of doing the daily chores his mother laid out for him before leaving, he jumped up without a glance to his mother's presence and headed for the backyard. Young man, don't I tell you to have that wood chopped by the time I got back? The boy halted and looked over sullenly and slowly, facing the brewing rage before him. His lip jutted from underneath the other just a little. Yes, Ma. And I don't say they'll be. She paused, almost appearing inquisitive for a second, while the boy was still stammering, trying to lighten the storm. What did I say they'll be if them's planks wasn't chopped, boy? Ma, I start chopping them planks, Ma, but Ma, there's bees out there, Ma. Don't get angry, Ma. I'm gonna start hacking right now. It looked like his mother may have approved of this, and the boy followed through on his word right then. Boy, don't you go walking away from me. I ain't done talking with you. Now get back here and let me answer that question for you, boy. I said there'll be a handsome price to pay if that wood wasn't chopped. It could have been that the mother was going overboard on the boy at this point. He was just a sprite 10-year-old. But that didn't stop the mother from whipping him. Such was commonplace in the household. The boy's wails could be heard for miles, but that certainly had no effect on him. Immediately chopping them planks like a madman afterwards. His mother had cooled down a bit upon seeing the wood split and stacked, and nightfall would soon be upon the cabin dwellers. The vicinity around the home was thick brush and tall trees for miles around. It would have been nice for the boy to have a nearby lake or stream to venture about, but there was none. Oftentimes the forest tracts of land were boring for the boy when the television sat in his room unused. Still, the boy remembered one event from the woods that will come up later. It frightened him. The mother made a healthy habit of waking the boy at a bright and early start every morning. It was easier to kill the birds with her shrieks at that hour. Time to wake, wake, the mother cheerfully squeaked. Now remember, this young boy in front of me today is going to be doing lots of chores today. She plucked a finger on his chest as she said this. All right, Ma, the boy droned. Literally the whole day was spent cleaning a house which was for the most part already clean. The boy's mother was not one to put up with sloth behavior. The kind of demeanor, she said, was the reason nothing ever gets done right. There's something in the way, she would always say, chuckling as she did. The boy never really understood what she was talking about. As the day winded down, the boy sat in his room watching television. As a faint noise bothered him, he could tell it was by the window. He looked over, but did nothing more. It could have been his mother swatting at a bug, he thought. He had not been watching television long when he felt tired and laid his head. The next day, his mother seemed to be over herself, as much as she could be. The boy quickly put on his shoes and a jacket and ran outside to play in the forest. His mother didn't even notice, just the way he wanted it. He stayed within earshot of the cabin, regularly hearing his mother rant on to herself. Even at his age, he knew that was not a good sign. That's fine with me, he said quietly as he jumped between rocks, as long as I don't gotta clean today. Right when he touched down on the rock, a figure whirred by, nearly meters from him. It scared him, skipping off the rock and not sticking around long enough to see what it was. He could remember one other time this figure appeared to him, though he had never gotten a good look at it. He knew it was black and swam through the air much faster than he could run. As he jetted back to the house, he wondered if this thing had truly wished to terrify him, and why did it allow him to escape? But he was not far from the house, and and made it back inside before long. His mother was on a recliner. "Well, there's something outside," and he had let his mouth run farther than his mind. "Boy, knock it off. I don't want to hear that nonsense. Ain't nobody living around here except for Mr. Jensen. In his old age, he definitely ain't in the forest. Now make yourself quiet. I'm trying to watch this." She reached for the remote and turned up the volume. The boy went to his room and turned on the television. He didn't stay long. Yet again the window was making noises at him. It turned his stomach, so he went to the kitchen, thinking about what he might do. His mother yelled at the television set. "Oh, dear Lord!" She slapped the chair a few times, grinning and yipping like a banshee. "Eat him right up. He ain't got feelings." The boy looked at the screen and saw 3 men beat another with baseball bats. His mother continued cheering them on. Then the boy remembered his mother saying something about Mr. Jensen earlier. It felt just like the right time to see how he was doing. He spent an hour, possibly 2, sitting by the old man, listening to him talk about his active former life, how he used to fix cars for a living, and the boy just loved chatting with Mr. Jensen. And soon nightfall approached, and the boy was sent home against his every will. When he got to the cabin, his mother was nowhere to be found. He searched the residence and became quite worried, for he had never been without his mother. He felt very much like he would never see her again. He opened the door and found his mother. Strewn about the porch, a grotesque mirror of organs and splatters. He started crying and fell to his knees in anguish, sobbing as he read a note placed on the ground. "It's okay to eat fish, 'cause they don't have any feelings."